Alright, in today's video I'm going to make a pretty lengthy video, but a very thorough video as to how to change your engine oil at home in your GMC Terrain. This GMC Terrain in particular is a 2014 model. It has a 2.4 liter 4-cylinder engine, and it calls for 5 quarts of oil. So if you want to do this job at home, you're going to need a couple things. You're going to need some basic tools, right? So you're going to need a set of drive-up ramps. Not completely necessary, but I recommend that you get a set of drive-up ramps. They're easy to use, they're pretty darn safe, and it just allows you to get more clearance, you know, when you're working up underneath your engine. So drive-up ramps, you're going to need something to catch the oil in. You're going to need at least 5 quarts of oil. I got a second one because this car has 100,000 miles on it now, and it tends to burn a little bit of oil. Every month we have to add like a pint of oil. I'm using 5W30 full synthetic motor oil. I think it's like 25 bucks per jug of oil. You're also going to need a oil filter. Now the oil filter on this car is not your typical spin-on oil filter. This one is a cartridge filter, and here is what a cartridge filter looks like. As you can see, you have the oil filter, a big O-ring, a little small green O-ring, which we'll get into that later when we actually change out the filter. I decided to go with an AC Delco brand, which AC Delco is kind of like the manufacturer's oil filter, and it's like a really highly respected company. Anyway, the part number for your oil filter is PF457GO if you decide to go with the AC Delco brand, which I recommend. Also, for the oil drain plug underneath the car, you know, we're going to drain the oil in a minute here, you're going to need a 15mm socket. I recommend 3/8 drive. You're going to need a 3/8 drive ratchet. Particularly, I recommend a swiveling head. It's going to be helpful later on. 3/8 drive refers to what size the square is, and you know, on the sockets that's 3/8 as well. Well, they come in different sizes, but I recommend staying with 3/8. Here's the other big one. You're going to need a 32mm shallow 3/8 drive socket, and this is going to be really important for accessing the oil filter. And also, optional, it's helpful to have a little creaser. I recommend putting down a piece of cardboard underneath the car so you don't get oil stains on your floor, your garage, your driveway. Also, a pair of disposable gloves. So, let's get started. So the first thing you need to do is drive your car up on the ramps. Once you get up on the ramps, put the car in park, hit the emergency brake, shut off the car, and take the keys and put them in your pocket. So that way nobody else can mess around with the car while you're doing the oil change. Next thing you need to do is pop the hood. Your hood release lever is right here, right above your emergency brake, so simply pull that. Next thing you need to do is find your GMC logo. Where the M is, on the left side of the M, if you take your fingers and sneak up in this little cavity right here, there's a little latch right there. Simply slide that latch to the right and lift up on the hood, like so. And now we have our hood open. Next thing I recommend doing is removing the oil fill cap, which that is right here. As you can see, the cap does call for 5W30 oil, and put that off to the side. The reason I remove the cap is I feel it just helps prevent from back pressure being in your oil system. I think it just helps the oil flow out of the engine a little bit easier. Now we need to gear up to go under the car, so get your 3/8 inch drive ratchet, get your 15mm socket, put it on your ratchet, and you want to have your gloves on at this point. We're going to take our creeper, cardboard underneath, and our oil catch pan, and I'll show you what you need to do next. So once you go underneath the car, you're going to look for this kind of like aluminum pan right here. And on the back of this aluminum pan, this is your oil pan, there is a bolt back here, and that is the 15mm bolt that we're going to need to remove. Alright, I'm going to get my oil catch pan into position, and I'm going to twist this nut to the left. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. Once you get it a little bit loose, you can start spinning it off by hand. Just get ready, because it's going to come out pretty fast. Good idea to have some paper towels on hand as well. And just make sure it's going in the receptacle, no problem. And save this bolt because we're going to need it later. Okay, so right beyond your yellow dipstick. This is how you check your oil. This is your engine oil dipstick. Right beyond that, deep down in this little cavity, you'll notice that there's a cap. This is the cap for our engine oil cartridge filter. Now, the first time I changed the oil on this car, I tried to remove this cap with a pair of channel locks. I spent about an hour doing it. It was not fun. Highly recommend that you get a 32mm shallow socket. This is going to be your best friend. And this is the most difficult part of the job. I'm just going to warn you right now. I'd also really recommend that you have a swivel head ratchet for this 3/8 drive. It just makes it a lot easier. So what you're going to need to do, put that 32mm socket on that cap, make sure it's pushed down there firmly. Take the handle side of your ratchet and sneak it underneath this aluminum AC line, like so. And then take the ratchet, press it onto that 32mm socket. This is the same thing, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, so we're going to want to push this to the left. And we got that cap loose. Just going to keep twisting it off until we feel like we can twist it off the rest of the way by hand. Like so. And of course, next we're going to need to reach down in here and pull out our cartridge filter. I recommend that you have a shop towel or something nearby. And that thing is severely overdue for an oil change. Look how it's kind of collapsing there. Yeah, definitely time for an oil change. So, I mentioned earlier on with the new oil filter, there's two important O-rings that you need to pay attention to. One is this little green guy right here, and the second one you need to pay attention to is this big red one. Where does this go? Well, this goes on the cap right here. So in order to remove this O-ring, it's helpful to have a pick, but I mean you can do this with your fingers or a paper clip. So just pull off that old O-ring, take your new one. You see there's like a little groove right there. Just set that O-ring in the groove. And I do recommend putting your finger under the O-ring and just spinning it real quick just to remove any kind of like weird twist in that O-ring. And then additionally, before we put this back in the car, you're going to want to take a little bit of oil and just put it around this O-ring as well as the green one. Probably better to do this with clean oil, but you just want a little bit of lubricant on these O-rings so that they seat properly and don't tear. Okay, now we're ready to reinstall the new oil filter. So take your new cartridge, carefully insert it back down into this cavity. And now there was a little dimple in the bottom of the cartridge. There's kind of like a little receiver down in the engine cavity. And just play around with this filter until you feel it seat in that little hole. And you'll know once it's seated properly. So next we're going to take our cap with our new O-ring installed. Sneak this down here. And then spin this clockwise. Be very careful to make sure that it's not misthreaded. Tighten this up as much as we can by hand. Next thing we need to do is get our 32mm socket and our 3/8 swivel head ratchet. We're going to put this back on the cap of that oil filter housing. We're going to twist this to the right now. You want to do this until this is snug. Don't overdo it. Remember that this is a plastic housing, so just give it a little tug. Not too tight, not too loose. Now we're ready to reinstall this oil pan drain bolt. I do recommend giving it a quick wipe down with a cloth. There's a little bit of like a rubber seal on the bottom there, so just inspect that, make sure that's not torn. Just gonna twist it back in to the pan, righty-tighty. Snug it up. Don't overdo it. Don't have to go crazy with this. Just get it good and snug. And we are done underneath the car. So let's go back to the top and we'll put in our 5 quarts of engine oil now. There is one important thing that I forgot to mention that you are going to need, and that is a funnel. You're going to need a nice big wide funnel. I recommend giving it a good wipe down with a shop towel before you use it. Try and get all the dust and potential contaminants out of there because we want to keep that stuff out of the engine. So I'll set the funnel up like so. Because this jug is 5 quarts and our engine calls for 5 quarts, no need to measure, just dump the whole thing in and you should be fine. Final thing we need to do, reinstall the oil cap, but also it's a good idea to inspect the O-ring on this cap. So reinstall the oil fill cap, and I'm going to drive it off the ramps, and then after I let the car idle for a minute or two, I'm going to shut it off and check the oil level with that dipstick tube, just to be sure that we are in a good range. After backing out the car and running the car for about a minute, I did shut off the engine, and the oil was a little bit low, so I added like an extra half quart, and then it was at the proper operating range on the dipstick. Now the final thing we need to do is reset the engine oil life indicator. So what you need to do is you need to go from trip to option, and you do that by using these controls right here. So we're gonna go to menu, and once I hit menu, that'll switch us to option, and then you can use the up and down arrows to toggle. You wanna go to oil life remaining, right there, and then you press set clear to reset. Are you sure that you wanna reset? Go up with the up indicator, hit set on yes, and now our oil life indicator is back to 100%. Now the final thing that I like to do is just note what the mileage is. So the mileage is 108,129 miles. I like to keep a little log of every time I do an oil change on the vehicle, so it's been about 100,000 miles since I did an oil change last on that GMC Terrain. Judging by the looks of this oil filter and this many miles on the car, I probably should start doing this every 7,000 or 8,000 miles. 10,000 miles was definitely over the limit, but I'll just note, what type of oil I used, what weight, how much I added, some other important notes such as the size of the oil filter, the drain plug, as well as the cartridge filter, socket size, the date, mileage. Final thing I want to note upon is, what do I do with the old motor oil? Well, if you get a drain pan like this is really handy because it has this spout. So just take a funnel. I have an old oil container that's labeled old motor oil. Important that you label your hazardous materials. So I'll just dump that in there in this container, and then I also have this empty container that I can label. And then from here I take this either down to AutoZone, they have a tank, or I take this to my town recycling center and they have an old used oil disposal tub. So everybody should do their part on maintaining the environment and disposing of their oil properly. So that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one.